All right, you all march to the front office. If you're a true Dolphin fan, you don't want to just see the games and enjoy them and cheer for them, but you want to understand the ins and outs of the team. You want to understand the politics of the team. And that's what we're going to get into a little bit right now, just to have a conversation about where we actually stand as an organization at this time. All right, so first, I want to start out by mentioning just the simple fact that the time that we're in right now, Adam Gase and Ryan Tannehill, this is truly going to be a season that decides basically both of their futures. Okay, starting out with Adam Gase, he was a new coach of ours for a few years now, and this is the year where I don't think that we should have any reason why he doesn't have all the tools that he needs. These are his players. This is kind of a makeup of what he wants and what he envisions. So once you receive all those things as a coach, which I believe he has at this point, it's now on the coach to make it work and execute, be a great coach, get the team, get the troops rally behind them, enlist the aid of others, which is true leadership, enlisting the aid of others to accomplish a common task. So this is his opportunity to actually get this done. But he actually has to get it done. He has to, because if the Dolphins have a pretty bad losing season this year, I don't know what we can really point to. I know last year was a plus for him because he can hold his head on the simple fact he doesn't have the starting quarterback that he has endorsed and he believes in can take this team where we need to go in Ryan Tannehill. I share the same sentiments as Adam Gase. But one thing that we know is when a coach didn't draft a quarterback and the quarterback doesn't do well, usually it's not on the coach, so their coaching life may be extended a little longer. But one thing that coaches take risks doing with quarterbacks that they don't draft, they put their name on them by endorsing them, which is just as good as drafting the player. So by coming out saying, hey, Ryan Tannehill is our guy. I believe in him. I like what he does. He will be our starting quarterback. I wouldn't want it any other way. You basically put the stamp on your coaching career of this is your guy and you're going to ride or die with him. So with that being said, Ryan Tannehill has to have an amazing season this year, not only for himself but Adam Gase. It's going to be important because if Ryan can flourish, it's going to show Adam Gase's vision for the team, especially if the defense turns out to be what they are and they achieve the goals that they have set before them. But if they struggle, it's one thing for the team to struggle. But if they struggle and Ryan Tannehill also struggles, it's not a good sign for Gase. But Ryan Tannehill himself, it's not a good sign for him either. We all believe in Ryan Tannehill. I believe the front office of the Dolphins, as well as myself and the full coaching staff, believe in Ryan Tannehill. We cannot ignore the fact that he has been a little injury prone the last few years. Now, it's not ridiculous injuries. We've really seen the injuries. It's not like he just walking and something goes out. So that's a good sign where it had to be caused versus one of those freakish injuries. But at the same time, since he has had some injuries, that's automatically a red flag as far as long term. And despite that, we've been committed to Ryan Tannehill, which is not a bad commitment because at his best, he is good enough to win us a Super Bowl for sure. There's no debating that. If you want to debate it, then not with me because I'm not going to waste my time. All right, but anyway, whenever it comes to his performance this year, if he controls the team, controls the ball on offense, and the Dolphins still lose, it can help Adams Gase's case, but it's his team as in its entirety, and the defense is expected to be even greater, so he still can't hinge on that, just Ryan Tannehill saving his job. Because Ryan can play well and the team can still struggle. So Gase is going to need a full work of Tannehill doing well and the defense showing up to put it all together. But Tannehill, I tell you, one more injury that's major. I'll be honest, I love Tannehill. I love him for the Miami Dolphins for the next 10 years. But if he receives another season-ending injury that keeps him out for a year, I'll have to be honest with you. There's no way that the Dolphins can, basically recommit to Tannehill long term after his current contract. It's just no way. We would be going in the draft the very next year, going ahead and finding our future. Because three injuries that would be devastating. But not only the injury portion for Tannehill, but his play and all. Tannehill has somewhat been given a pass, and I'm one of those people that say he's gotten a pass, rightfully so, in the past, because I watched Tannehill. I had the eye test on Tannehill. I'm not like these analysts that say that we're going to win 3 games and lose 13, and they watch one Dolphin game a year and not even the whole thing just because it's on national TV. I'm not one of those type of people. I actually watch my team. I study my team. I try to think of things in different ways that fans may not think of things. I try to be a part of the organization from afar, only because I have to, because I'm not in the organization. But and that might change. But one thing I will say is the organization as a whole has rolled behind Ryan Tannehill, and if he doesn't show up from a skill perspective this year or make a huge stride to be even better, then they still may move on at this point because it's tough because he's a good. I like to say the lower end of great quarterbacks right now, only because of his injuries. But we can't ignore how trash the offensive lines have been for Ryan Tannehill. I believe he broke a record for most times hitting the ground as a quarterback in first 4 years as an NFL starting quarterback. And sometimes you can say that's on Tannehill, checking the defense, but I never blame Tannehill. If you just look at how the offensive line was getting beat so many cases off the snap, not like Tannehill held the ball too long and he got sacked. I mean, our linemen were getting beat as soon as the ball moved. They had already lost. So that's one reason why I know that they read up Tannehill's contract, because when he did have time and when he did get that ball out of his hands, it looked very good. It always looks good. It always looks accurate. It always looks fun. It looks like he's the quarterback that's going to get us to the Super Bowl. But football is the ultimate sport. It's a team sport. It's not like the NBA where one player can take over a game like that, unless you're Brady. But in the NFL, it's a team sport. Quarterback isn't going to be great if the offensive line isn't blocking for him. The running back isn't going to be great if the offensive line aren't opening those holes for him. Receivers aren't going to be great if the ball never leaves the quarterback's hand or he's rushed to throw it all the time. It's the ultimate team sport where everyone must play together to get the W. So this is even though you have a whole team, you can't blame everything on Tannehill. This has to be by far his best year ever. He has to have his most yards, his most touchdowns, his least amount of interceptions. Even if it's not the least amount of interceptions, the ratio of touchdown interceptions need to be its best. But it has to be progression this year. Whether I'm afraid that the Dolphins will move on. And I'm a realist. Regardless of how much I love you as a player, my organization comes first over any player, which is the Miami Dolphins as a whole. I hate to move on from Tannehill, but if that happens to be the case this year, it's something that we're going to have to do as a organization. So I know a lot of people would complain about such a move, but you either love the player or you love the organization, because you have to understand that player isn't going to be there to root for, as long as you're alive and loving the Dolphins. The organization will be. So you want to see your organization make the best moves, even if they're emotional ones that hurt. Moves like cutting Jarvis Landry. Um, those are the type of moves that you have to see your organization make for the long term and for the best options for your team. Not give away money just because the player deserves it when your team isn't fit or built that way. Can't do it. So I love the removal of Jarvis Landry. Dominican Sue as well. I think we can get more value by making other positions better and keeping that position at least solid. So I love the moves that are being made. The players that have been brought in, we have a great mix on the field. A few rookies are going to be stepping in to take on some roles as starters, but it's not overwhelming like a lot of teams. I think we only have about three rookies that's going to take over starting positions out of the 22 from the offense and defense combined. So that's a great ratio. And out of those three that are going to be starting, one of them is a first round pick. So we have to be very excited about that. And I just love the way that we're set up as a whole. I know I keep saying that, but you just have to look at it more in depth. The organization looks like we're doing good. All the scandals, the bullying, and all that stuff is behind us. Then you have to look at the deals that we're signing. Those have been very good as far as getting depth at certain positions. I mean, we're setting it up the right way. I think that overall, we have to start giving our front office a grade. And right now, on a scale of A to F, I would grade our front office as far as the general manager. I would grade them on I would probably give them a B plus right now in what we're doing. I know the season will tell what that grade actually is. As far as the coaching staff at this juncture, I would give them a B minus, given the factors that we've had to deal with overall. And as far as our personnel and the team, I would say that right now we're built as a B plus team. And when I say B plus, I would love to give us an A, but we have to go out there and show some things. I just think our roster is a B plus roster. Um, and a lot of people will probably doubt that, but that's why we have to go show up and show out and make sure that we execute so that we can get it done for our team. But again, guys, if you like the video, make sure you subscribe. We're on a mission. I'm trying to reach about 200 subscribers by next Friday. We're gonna see if we can get that done as a group. So please let your friends and family members know about the channel. Share with your friends. Let them know to subscribe. Let them know that I'm going to try to give us the most accurate, up-to-date news in Dolphins Nation, not just talk about the basic things that don't even matter in Dolphin Nation, but giving us more of a in-depth insight on the team and why we're doing the things we're doing, why I think we're doing the things we're doing, and our long-term outlook, the current status of the team, and as you notice, I'm a very optimistic person when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. You have to be, like I said before, the power is in the tongue. So you have to speak the Super Bowl into existence for it to happen. You have to believe that we can do it. I do. Okay. So all my Dolphin fans, all Dolphin Nation, TD Sports Talk is with you. Again, make sure you let me know in the comment section if you have any suggestions on the videos. I appreciate your love and support. I'm out once again. See you next time.